Hey, I thought you might enjoy this video. This is Recruiter Larry, and I thought you might enjoy getting this information. I get asked a couple of questions a lot. One is people are starting up or ramping up a sourcing team on a low budget or a research team, and they want to know how to track all their activity in a CRM and what CRM they should use. And also, a separate question I get asked is how can I show a return on investment when sourcing on social media? So I'm going to show you how I combine two of my favorite tools. One is Hootsuite. I'm a big fan of Hootsuite. Been using it for years. And so two things you should be doing. One instance is, let's say there's a big conference that you either can attend or cannot attend, but you want to be listening or monitoring it. So let's put in the hashtag OpenStack Summit. And I can just monitor anyone who's jumping in and talking about the summit, whether they're connected to me or not. And I could always use Hootsuite to do a couple of things. I could always say, let's look at this individual and let's learn a little bit more about them. And I can check their profile out. I can see their cloud score, how many followers. I can follow them on one of my different Twitter profiles. But there's always been a kind of a rub on how to get them into a CRM, which I'll cover here in a second. A second thing you should be doing is monitoring if potential candidates are talking about your brand in context of hiring and recruiting. So in Hootsuite, and this is not a video on how to use Hootsuite. This is just to answer how to combine them both and track it. But in this instance, I have made a search where I can search for anyone who's talking about Rackspace and maybe work, hire, job, interviewing. Here's the search right here. There it is. Anyone who's talking about work, hire, job, HR, recruiter, interview, career, and the word Rackspace, I want to see, who they are. Obviously, if they're talking positive about you and your brand, you can engage with them. You can say, hey, is this someone we're looking for? Or if they're talking negative about your process, number one, it's good to know about that, and maybe you can jump in and be a part of that conversation. So the cool thing is, so hopefully you're doing those two things, and there's videos out there on how to use Hootsuite, or if you need me to do a separate video on how to recruit source on Hootsuite, that's a separate video. Now, to answer the second question is, what CRM should I be using? And there's a lot of cool tools out there, and some of them have a pretty hefty price tag. But if you were just starting up, you could use something like Nimble, which is very similar to Salesforce, except it has some cool features on it that help you build out social profiles. And so if I was on LinkedIn, and I don't know Christina, I'm just using her as an example. But if I'm not connected to this individual, I could use the little Nimble Chrome widget up here, click it, and it would bring out some information, and I could just add her to my CRM, and I could tag her. I could say follow up, or maybe she's a part of a pipeline that I'm working on, and I could put, sourcer or recruiter, whatever it is, and I could just save her right into Nimble. And if I did have her information, I could have put her email or more information about her. And now when I go to Nimble, which is just, your standard CRM. Let's see if I can spell right. And there she is. So she wasn't there. Now she's here. And what it tries to do, what Nimble tries to do, is see who else or what other profiles they can find, right? Kind of like the other tools we use, those Chrome extensions. But the cool thing is I could tag her. I can hook up my Gmail or my Outlook email to this, and I can send her a message. If I'm following her on Twitter, I could DM her. I could do whatever I need to do, without leaving the system. I could find out what she's doing, what she's talking about. And if it does find her bio, I could add it. And then the cool thing is you can customize this. I could add it as a lead type. I could put a status. I could add a source. I could put it to a pipeline. And all this is customizable. And the product is pretty affordable. You get a free trial, and then it's like $15 a month, something like that. So the cool thing is you can combine these two. So, you finally set up your monitoring, or let's just use the OpenStack conference that I was listening to. So we're here, and there's this individual, and now I can just click on the picture, and I can add this potential lead into Nimble, and I can just click this button right here, and you'll see it'll try to put in as much as it can. Sometimes you have to edit it. Like in this case, I might want to clean it up. It's just up to you. I could have let it go. I could tag them right here. I can add any information that I know about this individual, or I could just go ahead and just hit save and do the rest of the work. I got a validation error. Interesting. First time for that. Okay, so it's saying that the token doesn't exist. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, so now they're in my contact, and it's going to try right here in the same screen. I could follow this individual. It's going to try to find them, their other profiles. So now I've turned something like monitoring a conference or listening for individuals who want to work in my space, and I've got them in my I've got them right in my ATS. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, if you have any questions or want to see more about using Hootsuite or more about using Nimble, just let me know. Thanks.